That was quite the day. I literally went to the sale, and for the first 30 hips, I'd said to Amy a couple of times, we're not buying a horse today. And that's not true. I really thought we had a chance to buy Baumhugger's Sister. I said and very obviously showed you the deficiencies with that filly. They weren't massive. Might need a seatbelt. They weren't massive, but they were evident. They were there. So I did think we could get her at the end of the day. I didn't think our six-figure, premium type horse was present today. Thought that was tomorrow. But after seeing the prices today, I'm not so sure we could have afforded the horse tomorrow. I had said to Steve, and now Jim today, and Steve 2 days ago, that I thought dollar for dollar, the best horse in the sale to purchase was Tactical Tactor, number 129. Now, the reason being, very simply, was that when you're talking about those top pedigrees, when you're going to buy a horse for that kind of money, it has to be a good-looking horse. There has to be a strong pedigree. There has to be confirmation, good confirmation from the horse. These things have to be present. So where are you going to find the value? Ridgeling, embryo transfer, none of that is present in any of the top prospects out of this sale, at least the ones that I saw, the ones that we saw. So where does that leave us? Who are we going to buy? Because it still has to be value. Yes, we had clients that put forth a proposal to buy a good horse. We were going to spend now a good horse, an expensive horse, because that's all it is right now. To put forth a proposal to buy an expensive horse. Buy us the best horse you can buy for the least amount of money. That is how I took it. Who is that? You're not going to find much value in a Walner. You're just not going to. We tried, can't even buy one. Chapter 7, same thing, stud fees going up. You're not going to find value there. So it would have to be a stud, not a filly. It would have to be a stud first and foremost. Then next, where do you look? Tactical Landing, I believe, is the way to go. Tactical Landing, they were a little light in Lexington. Now, the first one in the ring today brought 200, didn't it? The first step. Remember we said, oh no, they're going to go high in Harrisburg. It's weird because the Stay Hungries were super high in Lexington, remember? And they gave them away today in here. I shouldn't say they gave them away. I know Jim King told me he bought one for next to nothing. So you don't know which sire people are going to get off a little bit on, right? I know that I broke 4 Tactical Landings that look fantastic on the track. So I'm super happy heading into Harrisburg. Where are we going to find the value? I think we're going to find it in a colt that's a Tactical Landing. 11th foal on Tactical Tactor is an 11th foal. Are you going to find value there? Probably not. I go into the Concord consignment. Sir Bridgerton or whatever was, everybody was all over him. They loved him. What do you go for? 500, 300, something like that. Number 58. Be crazy high. Yeah. Everybody had him. Chris Ryder and Marcus Melander and Lucas Wallin were out looking at number 129, right? They're out looking at him. So I'm thinking, I told everybody, and I told Steve, I didn't even put him on our list today, Tactical Tactor, because I said, I know who looked at him. I know what they were saying about him. I know they all liked him. So we're not going to get him. It's impossible. But there was so much money spent there today on trotters as he came in the ring. Would there be value there? Would we be able to buy the horse that we wanted, that very expensive horse, for a smaller amount of money? And that sounds so silly because $155,000 is a lot. I'll get to the price in a minute, how that came about. I get up and I walked over. At that point, we bought the horses we wanted. We paid $25 for the international money that you just saw, that you liked. We'll talk about him in a minute. That you bid on. That's right, Steve. You bid on him. Technically, it's your horse. You're right. Then we got another Tactical Landing. We'll talk about him in a minute. I loved this horse. Loved him. Talk about him in a minute. I'm riding high. We got everything we want. We haven't spent a ton of money. We got everything we want. And in comes the colt. I sit in the corner, and I get in at 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm thinking he's going to go. I know 150. I'm hoping 120, 130, but I know he's going to go. Up he goes. Amy says something to me. What are you laughing at, goofballs? Amy says something to me, and I didn't know what she was saying, and she said Nancy's bidding on the horse. I didn't know until after. Nancy was on the other side of the auditorium bidding on the horse. Somebody who was over there, I didn't know who it was at the time, gets out. Somebody behind me jumps in. Now, I have him at 120. I think I'm good. I can see that the person I was bidding against over there, they're now off of that person. So I'm thinking, I might be home and cooled here for 120, which is a lot of money. But again, this is a super. Am I wrong in saying this is a super pedigree?
No, it's world-class pedigree.
World-class pedigree. Thank you. So I'm waiting, and a blink of an eye goes by, which seems like 10 seconds during this sale. My heart's pumping now. We're about to spend the most money we've ever spent on a horse before. My butthole is probably puckered up like this. I'm shaking. I'm watching. 120. Somebody behind me jumps in. Now, when somebody jumps in that's bidding on that kind of money, you immediately believe they're just going to keep going, right? 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145. The bidding stops at 145. I know for me to bid, I have to land right on 150. That's the only way I can get them. Remember, we put our partnership together 120 to 150. I wait, I bid. Now, as I bid, 2 bids come in at the same time.
So there had to be a third person.
There was at this point. I don't know who it was, but there was a third person still. Now, it wasn't Nancy, so I don't know who it was. But when the 145 live bid was someone else, because it wasn't Chris Ryder and it wasn't me. I'm waiting. He was probably waiting the same. 150 was probably his number, same as it was my number, my max number. I wait. I bid. Just as I bid, he bids at the exact same time. Now, bid spotter takes both bids. It's up to him and the auctioneer to decide who's going to take it. Now, he must have decided, Chris got the bid. For whatever reason, maybe he was a split second quicker than me. Who knows? I think I have the 150 bid. He thinks he has the 150 bid. He looks at me. He looks at Chris. He points at Chris. You're in at 150. I'm out. What am I going to do? I could have stopped right there. But a split second ago, I thought I had him at 150. I thought he was ours. Now he's not. He said, Anthony, he's at 150. You both come in at the same time. He's right in front of me. He said, you got to be 155. Are we getting off here? Yeah. I said, okay, fine. I accepted it, thinking if it was meant to be, we'll get the horse for 155. If it wasn't, and Chris comes over the top, or whoever the hell the other guy was or lady was.
Oh, by the way, this is wrong.
Oh, you're wrong. Thank you. So we're trying to be right from now on.
Okay.
I'm telling the story here. I can't be driving. I'm telling stories. I'm not Christopher Columbus. So I have to go straight back onto the highway.
Well, yeah, he probably could do that.
Is that what I'm to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So 155. I see him look up at Chris. Chris is out. Whoever was over there is out. Hammer goes down. Most expensive horse I've ever bought. Now my hair is standing up on my arms. I'm pumped. I'm super happy, but I'm thinking 2 things. 1, I'm so excited to get this horse. 2, I went over by 5,000. And it just happened in the blink of an eye, and I thought it was the right thing to do at the time. If it was fate, we were going to get him, and if it wasn't, he was gone. We ended up with the horse. So that's the story on Tactical Tactor. We bought a horse last year with, I guess it's unfair. It's very subjective. But when you're talking about world-class pedigree, you're talking about, when I bought 3-Point Blue Chip, first crop sire, world-class family, 115. But there was some gaps in that family. Second and third dam were a little weak also. You look at Solvig, she's throwing nothing but talent for the most part.
Yeah, well, they don't even have the second dam on the page.
Yeah, because it's so good, yeah. A decade of talented colts. In fact, the 10th foal is at Nancy Tactor, so they still believe in the family if she's bidding on it. So I couldn't be more happy with the horse I got, the horse we have. I was super pumped. Now I'm going to rewind. That was the highlight of the day. I'm going to rewind and start from the start. First horse we got today. I told Steve we weren't going to be able to afford a horse today. It was just too expensive at Harrisburg. The horses we were interested in, everybody else was interested in. That's a good thing, obviously, a very good thing. And tough thing to deal with also, because we're trying to find value in a place where it's not offered. It's not offered on the menu today. So the first horse I thought, were we even close on any other horses?
No.
heading into, I looked at Amy at one point and said, I don't think we're going to buy a horse today. Which was, as I said at the start of the video, was false. I really did think we could buy Bomb Hugger's sister for exactly what she went for. I was certain of it. We get to hip number 47. That was the first horse I literally thought, we could buy. No, I was the underbidder on the other Father Patrick filly that Rick Zeron bought. Number 30, the one I wanted. The first one I thought I wanted. She went for, what'd she go for? 37? We're fine.
Okay.
What did she go for? 37 or something like that?
Yeah, in there.
So I was the underbidder on number 30.
But she had the chips out of her stifle.
Chip out of her stifle, right. So I was super hesitant. I would have went a little deeper, but she did have an OCD removed from a place where I don't like to hear it. OCD out of her stifle. I don't want to hear those words. So we let her go. Her video was fine. I could have made an argument to buy her, but I thought we went as deep as we needed to go on this particular filly. I let her go. We get into number 47. Number 47 comes in the ring at the lights. Yep. Number 47 comes in the ring. I thought we'd have shot. I really did. There were two Father Patricks I liked a lot. Number 47, which was the blue chip horse. Number 47, the blue chip horse, and number 49. Both Father Patricks, not related in any way, but when I'm looking at them, Father Patrick to Father Patrick, I thought 47 was the better of the two, better individual of the two, but I liked them both. Six, and in my mind at that time, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, pretty near. 47 comes in the ring. I don't even think I got my hand up. 165,000 she goes for. I guess it wasn't a good-looking horse. And at that point, I don't think we had a real good look at the Father Patricks other than the filly that Ricky bought, right?
Right.
We didn't really get a real good look at a deep pedigreed Father Patrick. This might have been the first one for me. Second one. 165,000. I was shocked. So now I'm thinking they're going crazy for the Father Patricks again. We're not buying any Father Patricks. That's it. We're done. 49 comes in the ring. Right from the get-go, it was obvious this horse didn't have the same trajectory, financial trajectory that 47 did. Coming from Dustin Jones, put it in the sale through Hunterton Farms. Again, small breeder, consignment, instead of blue chip. Partners with Hunterton instead of blue chip. I believe, as I said, filly that was very similar to me in stature and pedigree. In no way connectable, but very similar to me, horse for horse. Very similar. One went for 35, the other one went for 165. Needless to say, pretty pumped about the direction we took on the Father Patrick fillies today. We could have went a little deeper on the filly with the OCD out of her stifle, but that worries me. It just does. So I'm happy we let her go. Super pumped we got the one for 35 instead of 165. Here at the lights, Steve.
The lights.
The lights, okay. Next we went to 73, I believe. And this was a horse I loved. I went to look at this horse. Now, Bill Donovan, I didn't realize till after, Bill Donovan is a co-owner and co-breeder on this horse. He was looking at the horse yesterday, and I didn't realize that he was a part of the ownership at the time. And when he was looking at him, usually when a guy like Bill Donovan is looking at the horse, you're not getting it. You're just not getting it. So I saw him looking at him, like, oh, he's looking at the horse. And then I looked later, I said, oh, he's a breeder on the horse. That might actually be worse. Might actually be worse. So I don't say anything. He comes in the ring. I really didn't think we could get this horse. This horse was around that, to me, that 70, am I wrong? 70, 80 mark is what I thought he'd bring. But again, at this point, the only tactical landing we saw so far was the one that brought, what did that horse? It was early. It went for like 200 or something. Where are we going?
So you go over the highway and then around.
Over the highway and around? So straight for like a half a kilometer?
Yeah.
Okay.
300 meters.
Okay. So we're going to Hershey, York.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So at this point, we're still not sure how the tactical landings are going to be received. This is early in the sale. This is number 70. I'm thinking I'm not going over 50 at all. And he could bring 70 or 80. I like this colt a lot. I loved his video. I like everything about him. So I'm going to wait and see. Comes in the ring. I almost had him at 28. I thought I did. Then he went up a little higher, and I said, if he gets over 50, I'm not buying him. We ended up getting him for 42. Last bid was 40, 40, 42. And they took the bid at 42, and the hammer went down. And I was super happy. Again, we loaded up. We have 6 tactical landings now. So Amy's pumped. She loves tactical landing. Really happy. But as I said, now all jokes aside, we broke our 4 tactical landings. They broke and look as good as any horse we've had at this time of the year. Absolutely fantastic. I have no reason to hesitate at all when it comes to Tactical Landings. Keep in mind, Tactical Landings, an $800,000 Muscle Hill yearling that ended up being, he was a little awkward at 2 and didn't do anything. At 3, it took him a while to get going, but once he did, he made up for it in a short time. He beat everybody on the planet in different races and raced very, very well throughout the end of his 3-year-old season when he got injured and went to stud. So Tactical Landing, I have no reason to believe this horse won't be a nice stud, both from what I just told you about him and, more importantly, what I've seen from his offspring with my own eyes. So the fact that we bought this guy certainly doesn't bother me, and I'm super pumped that what I believe was value was found with Tactical Tactor. So again, the next one, I told everybody I also love the International Monies. Steve and I looked at a number of horses in Amy, and by chance, we bought 82. Now, this is a horse that was originally, remember, this year, Steve and I talked about it, there's not a lot of ways to find value anymore in these sales this year. It just seems like people don't care, right? Embryo transfers going for 160, 200,000. Horses with OCDs that have different various places don't care. They just buy them anyway. So there wasn't a whole lot of value to be found. One place you can still trust you're going to find a little value is in Originally, because it makes total sense. I mean, it's $1,584 to fix it. I guess we just don't buy them for that anymore. Makes no sense to me. Gandalf the Black was Originally. He was fixed like that. No problem, no fuss, no muss. He's all fixed up. So, number 82, Spitfire Overseas, an International Money, strong family. What I loved about it, and I only found out a great story about this horse after the sale. Rick Zeron come up to me and said, you bought the brother to Eliza B. He said, I had that filly. I thought she was going to be an incredibly good filly. We qualified her twice. We were prepping her for the Sire Stakes in New York. She hit herself. It got infected. And she's still in the vet clinic. He said, she's never going to race, but we're keeping her as a broodmare. I think she's an incredible filly. I loved her. I love everything about her. And I can't wait to get a foal out of her. This is the sister to this guy, Spitfire Overseas. So again, when you look at the family, sure, there's lots of money, lots of speed, lots of talent in there. Imagine, as you can imagine, a day one trotter, good-looking colt by a sire I like very quickly. In fact, I inquired about breeding some of our mares to International Money next year. I love this horse. He throws nice, correct, straight, strong, good-looking athletic horses. Can't ask for much more than that. And Steve and I say it to him all the time, say it to everybody, you can't continue to throw good-looking horses and not end up with good horses. It's impossible. But International Money is a huge check mark for me, not just because there's value to be found there, but because he throws nice horses. Number 82, Spitfire Overseas, was a dandy. By the way, did you see one of my top picks from today was Snowman Hanover? Did you see what he brought?
Yeah, like 200.
And there's a bar hopping colt. 200, Ray bought him right in front of us.
Oh, did he?
Yep, Ray Schnicker bought him. So the next horse was obviously Tactical Tactor. I don't want to keep going on about him. Just super, super pleased to get this horse. If you were close enough to spend any time talking to me about this sale in the last 5 days via email, text, or phone, then you know who my top pick of the entire sale was. It was Tactical Tactor. And as I said to Steve, never before in my life did I ever get the best horse, the horse that I said the best value in the sale. My number one pick of a sale, I've never got one. We got 3 this year. 3. One from Ohio, one for Lexington, one from here. I am beyond pleased with what took place today. And then obviously, which I thought was pretty automatic, I thought that we could buy Bomb Hugger's sister for around, I told you, $42,000. We bought her for 40. And I told you why. Good looking filly. I liked how she moved. Her knees were offset. There had to be value. Now, I guess having said that, there doesn't have to be value because we've seen some pretty deformed horses go for a lot of money in these sales throughout this year. A lot of money. A lot more than they should have. But this filly, looking at her, everything she offered, what came with her, I really truly believed that 42 was top dollar for her. That's exactly what we got her for. $40,000, $2,000 under budget for her today. So very happy. We got 5 horses. I'm going to look at how these are going to fit into the partnerships. We're going to shake some bushes, try and get some partners on some of these horses. Go in the exit at the hotel. We're not supposed to. Nobody noticed. Tree in the woods. And move forward with the rest of the sale. Don't have a lot more to do. Got a couple more horses we like. We got some racehorses coming up at the end of the week. But if you would have said to me, hey, Anthony, you're going to fill these partnerships up with day one horses? Let me guess. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think we did some great work today. I always stick up for the work we do. We take it very seriously. But I do believe we did some great work in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania today. I can't wait to get these horses back to Tamiko Training Center. They're on their way out tomorrow morning. So if you want to drop by and see the horses, see what they look like, see if maybe I'm full of shit, then go and take a look at them at Tamiko Training Center. They'll be back tomorrow afternoon. So with that, I am going to go get a bite to eat. I did lose a bet today to Stephen J. Palermo. I bet that hip number 8 would bring 125,000. It brought 100. I didn't like the horse. It was black. It would have brought 40, 50. But it was a gray Walner. Thought it would bring more. It didn't. Gonna buy him steak. That's okay. Very happy with the entire day. Lost bet and all. A fantastic day here in Harrisburg. Day 1 starts again tomorrow for day 2. Take care.